Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as applicable to you. We're sitting out in the conference room today to shoot this video because we figured you're probably tired of looking at the random things I have on the shelf behind me. Same with him. More accurately, our social media person told us that she was tired of looking at stuff behind us, so we're using the room that we set up specifically for this. Weird, I know, right? So with that, we're attempting to fix other stuff this week before our official launch. The PCB, the motherboard itself, has been sent off for the final redesign. We're still waiting to hear back on that, which is where we were last Friday. We did actually send that off on Friday, so we're only 7 days out. They average around 10 days to reply. So hopefully middle of next week we should hear from them. Other than that, what have you been working on, Caleb?
Plumbing in the Outpost sense. Trying to get the databases set up and the just the bugs squashed in the Outpost system. Not from a UI standpoint. Amy did a wonderful job with that. I'm just trying to fix the background stuff so that we can attach the UI to the database in a reasonable and not broken way.
So when you say plumbing, you mean the background, like coding and file pathing. Excellent. Sounds like a lot of fun. For those of you who don't remember, as long as you're enjoying your work, man, I don't enjoy that. I used to do that. Trauma. Anyway, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Outpost, you ought to head to our website, check out our little blurb there, or again, follow us on Patreon. The Outpost is our system by which we intend to put out bounties for bug repair, so those people that are following us who have any experience at all, and even no or low experience, can help us to squash bugs. As I'm sure everybody knows, when you develop a video game or any sort of software, there's always bugs. And it can take years to squash all those bugs if you have a small team. A lot of large companies have the money to idle in that space for a long period of time. Frankly, we don't have that kind of income behind us. So we're hoping to utilize our resource that is our community to be able to do the bug reporting and the bug fixing, and of course compensate you for your time correctly as subcontractors and all that jazz. Pending how the contracts get written. So that stuff got really complex, so we have looked into getting a lawyer to make sure that we don't do anything incorrectly, because we want everybody to be paid fairly for the amount of time they're putting in. Because if you guys are willing to spend your time to help us, then there's no reason why we can't compensate for that. We're not looking to do one of those, come help us for free and we'll put your name on it. I mean, we will put your name on it if you give us the Patreon, but you can't, it doesn't
pay the bills.
Unless it's like a cake.
That's a pretty slim case there.
Yeah, I didn't say it was a good case. Let them eat cake. Wait, no, hang on, I think that ended badly.
That's something else.
Yeah, that ended badly last time someone said that. I could survive off cake.
I think
I could survive off cake. I don't know. It's Scottish heritage. Sugar is just great for me. I love it. Anyway, either way, this week has been really productive, but again, not something that's got a lot of front facing. So we did a lot of coding, a lot of planning. We're waiting on communications, and we're going to be idling in that space to some extent for the next couple weeks. As soon as we get the board back, we can move forward with the Kickstarter, and you will see on our pages, if you follow us, I think we're on pretty much every social media, if I understand correctly, in some form of Townley Solutions Co., either at Townley Solution, at Townley Solutions Co. From what I understand, the different social medias have different lengths, because apparently uniform is bad somehow. I don't understand that, but we're at Townley Solutions on all those. You can follow us for updates and information about where we're sitting. When we get our newest version of the prototype, which we know there's going to be at least one more after, probably two, but this newest version will be enough for us to show a good and functional proof of concept and a good and functional unit that we could theoretically sell at that point, but it's not good enough for us. So we're going to make one more version after that, but we can go ahead and launch the Kickstarter off that version because it is technically finished. It's not good enough. So we know how long that final rework's going to take, and so we know that once we get this newest prototype, we'll be immediately starting advertising for Kickstarter for pre-sales, and then actually launch the Kickstarter shortly thereafter. We're still on track, in theory, for August, as far as I'm aware. So hopefully that tracks and follows through. Other than that, it was just a lot of typing and paperwork. Our administration people spent a lot of time getting the insurance correct and all the other stuff. We had some, now we have better. And legal paperwork, the tax stuff, obviously we've been at this for more than 3 months, so we had to do quarterly taxes and all that. So a lot of boring stuff that's not super interested. If you're still listening to this update, I appreciate that, and so does Caleb, I think. But that is the end of this update, unless you've got anything else.
No, I think that's it.
I think that's the end of this update, so we look forward to hearing from you next week. Keep an eye on our social medias. And again, our Patreon is free, and so is subscribing on the YouTube. So if you can subscribe us, you can get these weekly updates. If you subscribe on Patreon, it's free. You'll get weekly updates plus usually a written thing and the ability to communicate with us more directly. Because I'm antisocial. I think you're socialist, but doesn't do anything on social media. And our social media person is very nice, and I don't know what platform she replies on, honestly.
I think she gets all the notifications.
Yes, so shows how much we know about social media. So Patreon, Discord, I'm on Steam as well, but I don't think the company is. That's usually where I talk to people. You can see my habits. Anyway, hope you guys have a great week. We look forward to seeing you next time.